Okay, I think we live, yeah?
Yeah, we're live.
So guys, do you hear us? First of all,
Let's wait for a response.
response.
I think it's okay. I see it. I see it on there.
Yeah, okay. Okay, so guys, we have a great guest in our office in BitBay. So I want to introduce Grant from Coinfirm, yeah? And I'm Patryk, I'm VP of BitBay. So, Grant.
Introduce myself a bit?
Yeah.
Sure. Thanks. First off, thanks for having me, guys, and thanks, Patryk, for hosting me. So my name's Grant Blaisdell. I'm a co-founder and chief marketing officer of Coinfirm and AMLT. So Coinfirm is generally recognized as if not the global leader when it comes to regulatory technology for blockchain and cryptocurrencies. And on top of that, we built the AMLT network powered by AMLT, the token, which was just released along with BitBay on their exchange and due to our collaboration. So nice to be with you guys.
Yeah, so it's 2 days have passed on our exchange, and you're making very good results on a high score with the crypto. You are eighth place, yeah, just in two days. Yeah. So explain how the product works, yeah, because we are pretty amazed and how we want to do it with you. Because you have a very good technology, yeah, on your
appreciate
token,
it. Yeah. So AMLT token and the associated network is built on a use case we've been using already for almost 2 years on the Coinfirm platform. So we're most known globally for the Coinfirm AML platform, so anti-money laundering platform, where we use big data analytics to provide certain actionable data for regulatory compliance. On top of this platform, we built a use case to where our partners, our clients, and the crypto economy as a whole finally has a place to provide and report data, for example, when they run into frauds, when they run into scams, ransomwares, all this sort of type of activity that's happening in the financial ecosystem, but there's never been a place to not only report it. So when I go and speak at conferences, I'll say, hey, if you run into ransomware, where do you report it? And the answer is zero. It's always quiet because there is no place. On top of it, what type of system is in the background that can create an actual real effect, quick effect on the market? So it's kind of cool to use cases around something like this. So for example, and this is a real use case that happened recently with us. When an exchange gets hacked, they'd report this to us. Our data science team would go through the data fast enough to be able to implement it into the Coinfirm platform. So then any other exchange or entity using the Coinfirm platform, when these stolen funds are coming into the exchange, for example, and they use our platform, they can see, aha, this came from this hack that happened earlier in the day. Freeze the funds, don't accept them, right? And hold these funds or send them back, whatever it may be. So this not only adds a new level of transparency and safety for the crypto economy, but also provides an incentive. So when network members, AMLT network members, provide us this data, and we verify that data is good, we will reward them with AMLT as a token, right? So not only have we built this system that's really needed in the economy, but we built an incentive model behind that system. So that's kind of the helicopter overview of the network, and the thing that we think really pushes activity, usage, and something maybe why you've seen it on the exchange is because we're onboarding entities in the crypto economy, such as BitBay or other exchanges or token markets. So for example, a security token platform, we're onboarding them onto the platform. So when they run into these instances, which they run into more of these things than normal entities do, they report it, we go through it, implement it, and then reward them. So once again, it creates this circle of incentive around the usage of the network and token.
Yeah, so we see all the potential in your platform. Yeah, but we don't want to do everything in one stop. Yeah, so first we listed the token. It seems to be very good also on the trading platform. And also we are thinking of how to implement the AMLT system on our backend, to protect our users from fraud.
Sure. Yeah. Once again, another thing that I think really pushes the network and usage of this token is, we're not only onboarding exchanges. We're onboarding. We've had lots of individuals become network members as well as commercial entities who also need to use this token functionally. So, when people become network members, they need to hold a certain amount of these tokens in their wallet. Look at it kind of as staking, but it's not the same thing. It's to show that they have, let's say, skin in the game to be a good and transparent actor. So this also drives a lot of activity around the token. And the cool thing is that exchanges such as you guys, and next week I'll be announcing, around next week or the week after, I'll be announcing another exchange who's entering onto the AMLT network. They understand the model, just like you said. It's about not only protecting the exchange itself, but protecting their users, their partners, and therefore the economy.
This is how we do it.
So I eventually want it to be that every single digital site, page, property, major one related towards crypto, whether it's exchange or whether it's a news site or whatever it may be, either is providing data to us through our API, like an exchange provides us data through the API, or they post a widget, which we developed, that you can post on websites, so their users have an active place when they run into these things, they can provide that data as well. So we're looking to build a global network of people who are like-minded, companies who are like-minded, who want to make the crypto economy safer, more transparent, and therefore easier to adopt in the mass market.
Yeah, so it's good to have you here. So we will see how the market will react on the trading. If this is for us is very, very important, and it's good, because you have roots also in Poland,
Me personally.
You
as a company.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, we're, like I said, we're a global leader in what we do. So we're active. We have clients on pretty much, other than Antarctica, I believe we have clients on every continent in the world. But one thing, we share with you guys here at BitBay is that a lot of our operations, a lot of the founders are actually originally from Poland. So it's another showing, let's say, of Polish minds really creating the best standards and the best products around the crypto industry, and keeping Poland as, one of the forefront leaders on the crypto market. If people don't know this, Poland was one of, I think, kind of the early adopters and created some of the first actual usable early solutions around crypto. So, once again, thanks for having me, and I look forward to, further building this ecosystem out with you guys.
Yeah, great stuff, guys. I will show you also you have, if you haven't did application for iOS and Android, so check it out. I don't see if it's there. Okay, here it is. Go. Yeah, so if you don't have it yet, put your thoughts on this.
Yeah, we were just talking about how you guys have comparably some of the most downloads for an exchange app, right?
Yeah, we are like top six application right now.
Well, congratulations.
And we'll develop more features. Guys. So if there are any questions, so we.
Oh, okay. My team came in and said hello too. That's cool. Thanks, guys. Hello.
Yeah. Okay. So if you any questions, guys. Okay. I think it's.
Yeah, sure. Well, first off, we're very communicative. So the question is, what is the AMLT development plan? Can you present us your timetable for the next months? We're very open. We're very communicative. You can join our Telegram community. Just look up AMLT underneath it. It should pop up. Also, I'm sure you can look at our Twitter and find that. We recently released, about a month and a half ago, we released a long-term roadmap. And we released our technically third, but let's say second short-term roadmap since we started beta and actual development around the network. When it comes to long-term, we've already developed one of the aspects that's on the long-term roadmap, and we've been testing it. We haven't implemented it fully yet. We'll have an announcement on that. But we built a smart contract that automates the distribution of network member rewards. So every month, the network members provide us data. At the end of the month, we calculate and see the validity and calculate the value of that data on the weight scale, and then we reward them accordingly. So when we reward them, we created a smart contract that automatically and transparently distributes the rewards of the tokens to the network members who provided that data. Also, we're implementing new tools along into the panel already. So we developed the AMLT panel. Anybody can use it in the world. So network members, people who receive tokens, have to be onboarded. But let's say any individual user runs into something in the ecosystem, they can report it through the panel. So if you go on AMLT.coinfirm.com, you can go in there and you can already use the panel, right? So that's something that we're going to be adding more features and kind of services around. One of them eventually you're going to see is Wallet Eagle. So this provides a kind of second half to submitting a cryptocurrency address and then data. So let's say somebody ransomwares you or somebody defrauds you and you provide the address and the evidence into the network, you can then Wallet Eagle it. So what does that mean? Is that anytime funds move off of that wallet, you will get a notification and you can see to what addresses this wallet's going. We also have some other smart contracts entering on it, tying to our AML risk report, so that when you submit something, you can automatically get and query a AML risk report for that entity. And last but not least, on kind of these big, let's say, tech development roadmap aspects, is a new consensus model. I don't want to name it yet because we're actually kind of protecting the name around this. But what it's going to be is going to be a new consensus model for blockchain around the verification of data. So that eventually AMLT will not only incentivize providing the data, but through the network, you'll have a network effect of validating the data that is provided and rewarding it that way. You know, because when we're getting 1 million whatever entries, you know, our data science team isn't going to be going through and manually validating all of that themselves, right? So we want to create a model for data, period, for the future, but built on blockchain, to where you can create a consensus model that verifies the validity of data. So, you know, we built this case once again on something that we've already been using successfully on the platform, but it's also part of our original vision. From the core, since we created Coinfirm, was to create a system like this so that the economy is more transparent. And not only, and here's an important thing, because the biggest use cases around, you know, submitting data around nefarious actors, fraud, scams, et cetera, but we also created it so you can report good data. So we can
like a white list, yeah? Something like this.
Well, yeah, I don't, you know, we don't put it in a blacklist or whitelist. Yeah. So it's like, hey, this entity is actually good. Here's data that they are good and transparent. I've been transacting with them for X amount of time. Or you can submit your own, right? So any network member, they register their own address, right? And it shows more transparency to the network, et cetera. And we reward you for that good data as well. Because in the long-term vision, it's about making the compliance system so effective that people in economies or regions in the world, like Africa, for example, is a good example of this. So they're not treated high risk just because they're from a country in Africa, but they're treated accordingly to who they are as individual entities. So the system is so ineffective generally is that they just kind of throw blankets and say, okay, anybody from this country is high risk. Well, that might be a good person trying to do a good thing in that country, and they might be transacting normally. Why should we punish them? Let's build a system that's good enough that we can tell whether they're good or not as individuals. I think that's good. Oh, short-term roadmap. Sorry, on the short-term roadmaps, like I said, we have AMLT network educational system launch in Nigeria with the Africa Blockchain Lab coming up. We have new exchanges and network members coming. We're going to be doing announcements around that. And of course, don't miss our content series. So Crypto Alert of the Week, Crypto Stats of the Month, High Risk Addresses of the Month. These are all content series that we do for you regularly. So, you know, you can also see what's high risk happening in the crypto economy.
Okay.
Some more questions?
Yeah, there is most is for you.
Okay.
I guess.
Okay, let me. Should I pick one?
Yeah.
Why? How do I become an AMLT network member? Are there any specific benefits for trading on BitBay? One of the things I don't want to spoil it, but we're working with BitBay.
We're working on it. Yeah.
Yeah, we're coming out with building, let's say, another incentive model around AMLT along with our friends at BitBay. I don't want to give away too much, but that's about as much as I can say around that. And when it comes to becoming a network member, just go on the website, amlt.coinfirm.com. It'll lead you right through it. You need to go through a KYC process, hold 50,000 AMLT, so you can run to our friends at BitBay to stake it that way. And after that, any data you provide that's viewed as legitimate, you'll get AMLT in reward for your data, and that includes your own. What else we got there?
Okay, we have we're silver. This is a good question, so he's flying all over the world right now. So
I got a haircut question too. That's good.
Yeah. You guys?
She's talking about me. Thoughts on how to say okay. That's which one? You pick one. I picked the next one.
Okay. So there is a coins next. So there's an expertise.
Okay, that's for you.
Then.
Go for it.
Yeah. So we next coin will be added on 27th of November. It's expertise. So it's application that you can stream. For example, guys. For example, a teacher. He wants to communicate. Yeah, and so you can have your tokens to put to the sorry
to the cell phone.
Yeah, to the cell phone, so you can have your own tokens in minutes. Yeah?
Okay, all right. So it's tokenizing cell phone.
Yes, something like this. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
What else you guys? Is that the only one coming up? All right. Okay, so I'll pick one. Thoughts on how safe the economy is right now? I'm guessing you mean the crypto economy. One of the things, for example, at Coinfirm that we like to show and like to prove to whether it's regulators, major financial institution, traditional companies, is listen, if you understand this technology and you can use a tool like Coinfirm's AML platform, the truth is that the crypto economy is actually more transparent, more effective, efficient, and safer when you use these tools than the traditional economy. So for example, with what we do around anti-money laundering, we make anti-money laundering 90 times more effective than it is in the traditional space. So, and I believe that one of the core original values of crypto was transparency. It does have its pseudo-anonymous aspect in it, but it's also designed in a way to be the most transparent, let's say, database or transactional platform ever created. So my honest opinion is that, once X amount of types of activities kind of chill out and slow down, that we'll be able to show the world as a whole that the crypto economy is actually the better type of economy to have when it comes to safety, efficiency, and transparency. Hope that answered your question. Oh, he's coming back with the regulatory stuff. Do I think 2019 will be the year of regulations? Yeah. I mean, it's already starting. EU has their 5th AML directive that gets activated in 2019. Globally, jurisdictions are working on implementing them. A lot of them built on traditional frameworks. So yeah, you're gonna, when we first started, people thought we were a little crazy. We were talking about AML for crypto. Some of those people are our clients and our partners now. So the market's developing into a much more mature, regulated market.
Yeah, we as an exchange also had to go to the jurisdiction which is trying to solve the problems with the,
Yeah, I just got back from there too, and was talking to their government there. So you're going to see jurisdictions like Malta, for example. Gibraltar is a really interesting place as well for this, where they're creating kind of end-to-end standards and regulatory sets for the crypto economy, which I know a lot of you like deep down view it as maybe view this as negative for the values of crypto, but the truth is that for the long-term growth and health of this industry and any sort of viability in mass adoption, that it's the way it's going to be. You know why? Because it sets certain business practices and standards for companies like them, companies like us, and without them, we don't know what we can or can't do sometimes, right? So it's actually a very important thing for the maturity and growth of the market as a whole, and that's why we've been able to work with anyone from some of the biggest banks in the world to major exchanges, etc., is because building that bridge between these two economies. And I get my hair cut at barbershop on Futrowa in Warsaw, to answer that one. How many network members? We have around, latest numbers were around 10 network members. So we've had about 500 fraud, hack, etc. related addresses already added into the network. And at the end of last month, we already rewarded our network members with 100,000 AMLT tokens. So we are in the first 6-month beta stage, but we're already acting like we're a full public global active live product. You wanna pick one?
Let me check. I think it's all. Yeah.
Can network members trade AMLT between each other? Listen, we're not enforcement. We can't stop people from doing what they want.
Yeah. So if you have the tokens on other exchanges, and there are some the price is different. Yeah, of course you can do that. That's why we have it this implementation. Yeah, those guys cannot integrate in this.
Well,
yeah?
For example, network members. Not all network members might be in a jurisdiction that's easily accessible to, let's say, La Token, right? Yeah. So they might come to BitBay to buy the tokens to become.
Yeah, because the AMLT KYC is there in the place. So
well, yeah, our thing, and just so you guys know that us being partners around this is. AMLT only interacts with exchanges, for example, on this sort of, AMLT is only available on exchanges that fit which we believe is the highest standard when it comes to AML KYC. So, we work with BitBay, because BitBay is wanting to be at the forefront when it comes to, a good commercial and regulatory approach when it comes to cryptocurrency. So this is also a testament to, the good work that BitBay has done.
Yeah. So guys, I think are we going? Yes, we are going.
What's Sigma?
Sigma is a trade show for iGaming right now.
Okay.
Yeah? So
Okay.
So we can.
There's one last one. Can you tell us currently who uses AMLT network, and do you see interest in the solution? Yeah, people who use it right now is anyone from someone like Token Market to individual users. Actually, shockingly, we've had a lot of people who are just individuals who are running into this stuff. Also, you're going to be seeing more announcements over the next few weeks and months when it comes to exchanges being onboarded, because exchanges really react well to this because they understand the need and the reason for it, as they're also experiencing all these things in the system, and they want to make the system more transparent and safe, not just for themselves once again, but also your clients and your users, etc. It's a network, so the more gradual growth there is on the network, then comes in network effect, right? So when it comes to interest, this is the first type of system like this ever created, but we've been getting a better reaction actually than we thought we would get initially. So it's been very successful so far, to be honest.
Okay, next question. App, but it's.
He says he has your app. Do you plan any new products?
Oh yeah,
That's for them.
Yeah, there is so like told about BitBay Cash, BitBay Pay, which will be expanded. So yeah, there will be new products in the pipeline with our developers. So stay tuned, and by next I think 2 months we'll release new cool features. Yeah. So yeah.
Any other last questions?
Last question. Okay, I think it's we can also stay tuned on the social media and yeah.
Okay, the trolling questions are coming in.
Yeah, that's we need to go. Yeah?
All right, thanks guys. Thanks for watching, and once again, thanks to BitBay for having me, man. And look forward to more from these two entities around AMLT Network and Coinfirm.
Okay.
Cheers.
Thank you. Cheers.